Good morning. Good morning. It is the last day in Vancouver, and in about 15 hours, I will be on a plane on the way back to Australia, which is a little sad because we've had such a good time in Vancouver, but I do miss Jake and my puppy, so we're gonna head home. And we also have a friend flying over from New Zealand who's staying at our place, so gotta get home and, basically make sure that the place is okay for someone to stay, because Pancake can make the couch very, very dirty when he wants to. As you can probably tell, last night was kind of a big one. I think we got back to the hotel at like 3:15-ish. The place that we went to closed at 3 o'clock, so it wasn't too far from the hotel, so we walked back. And then we kind of just sat in the lobby and had a chit chat. I think it was like 3:45 or something. Like, I felt like I was staying strong. We sat in the lobby, had a chit chat before we go into our rooms. Yeah, the person that I was trying to, because we were in a group of 6, but one of them left. He went outside for a smoke, and without like something to keep my brain like awake, I just went. I was like, no, sorry, I need to go to bed. And then everyone jumped up, and I'm like, okay, if it was that easy. When I left you guys in the last video, I couldn't really finish it off because I wasn't about to bring out my Pocket 3 at the club. But we had this really, pretty cute dinner, actually, at this place called Courtside in Main Street, on Main Street. It's, basically themed basketball, sporting, whatever you can imagine it. When you walk in, there's, a massive, scoreboard, which is really cool. And, there are seats from different sports, like NBA, different stadiums, got jerseys hung up and stuff. So yeah, it was really cool, and the food was really good, the service was good. So yeah, and the drink was strong. And I say drink because I had one cocktail. It was funny because the service was so good, they were very attentive. They're like, yeah, Steph, is the cocktail not working for you? We can make you something else if you want. And I was like, no, I'm just not really good at drinking alcohol. And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, look, we've been saying it for days. I'm just not very good at drinking alcohol. I have a very low tolerance. So I had to ask for water to dilute the last part of my cocktail because of all the Hennessy was down the bottom. And then we went to go watch a colleague's friend who was performing at a drag show. That was beautiful. The drag queen bought us shots, and I was like, it was tequila. And then everyone, in North America, they upsell alcohol, which is not a thing in Australia. And so there was just doubles. And I didn't realize. And I was like, wow, these are really strong. And they're yeah, they're double shots. And then we ended up at Roxy, which is a live music bar. It was interesting, but it was fun. It was really fun. You just dance, laugh, have a good time. But today's our last day. I think it's 7:30 in the morning. I did not yet late check out, so it's 12 o'clock, which is unfortunate because it just means I have to check out before I go to the aquarium because I don't want to rush back from the aquarium. Since today the plan is to have brekkie. I'm going to need to soak up some of this alcohol. Have brekkie, get to the aquarium by 10 a.m, and then I need to do the aquarium, take my photos, vlog, and then I'm gonna go grab an e-bike and ride around the seawall, which is really cool. So I'm very excited. Because I don't normally drink, it's hard to tell if I'm hungover or just tired, because I'm operating on 2.5 hours of sleep while already have been on really minimal sleep for the week. So it's interesting. Also, my lips and this area around my mouth was so, it was flaking. So when I went out, I wiped all my makeup off, put moisturizer and toner on, and sunscreen. And then throughout the night, it was just everything was flaking around here. And my lips, the Aquaphor is doing nothing for it, which is really annoying because now I have 3 lip balms that are doing nothing. So I need to find something that's a little stronger. That's not a balm stick, but a squeezy thing, I think. And then maybe I can use that stuff when it gets better, but it's really annoying. because it ruins like my makeup, and it's my last day here, so I want to look cute, but we'll see. We gotta get up and pack. Alrighty everyone, we are now officially packed. We are a little like strapped for space, so I had to pull out my tote bag and fill it up with some like snacks. So I'm hoping it'll be fine. We are gonna put our luggage downstairs. We're gonna head off to the aquarium because it is 8:56 and I do desperately need coffee, greasy food, and I don't know what there is around. I know there's a bakery nearby, but I don't know if it's like greasy food because I hate greasy food. I don't think I'm gonna use a buffet downstairs. It's just not really my cup of tea. So this is the last day we'll be in this room. My blisters are still ridiculous. Blister band-aid that I have, it, like I said, it sits right where the back of my shoe moves. So it always comes off. So I've put another band-aid on top of it to stop it from coming off. But like I can just feel it. It's like deep cut into my skin where it hurts. So I'm going to be hobbling around the aquarium today, and hopefully it's not going to cause me too much grief when we go biking. But yeah, everyone say goodbye. This is the last time. Let's go see some fishies, some otters, and even though everyone keeps making fun of me, I'm very excited about the Megalodon exhibit. I'm not nerdy about them. Like, I don't know much about them. I just like them. Does that make sense? I like a good Jurassic Park movie. All right, we gotta go. I'm falling asleep, standing up. As you can probably see behind me, we have made it to the Vancouver Aquarium. It is 9:20 in the morning. I couldn't really find breakfast that was close enough to get to the aquarium that had greasy food, so I was like, oh, I'll just go to the aquarium because it said that it has a cafe. That cafe doesn't open until 10 o'clock. I'm still caffeineless, foodless, so we're not starting off great. I do have a protein bar in my bag, which, you know, love that for me. Ooh. I don't know what just happened, but this just started going off. And then there's a statue thing here of like a whale. A whale, I think? A whale or a dolphin? I want to say that dorsal fin, it kind of looks like a dolphin, but it could also not be a dolphin, so I know nothing. Oh, you're right, I know nothing. It's a killer whale. Ooh, there's a gift shop. That could be dangerous, considering... Oh, what's that? Oh my goodness, is that a squirrel? A squirrel?
Scarlet ibis? Ibis?
this little fish. It's like a little fish here that like swims up and down instead of left and right. I don't know how to explain it. I need to catch it in action. Ooh, there it is. Look at it. It swims up and down. Oh my god, crap. Oh, come on, you can move. I won't tell anyone. No, he's chilling now. Ooh, look at it go. I feel like it almost can get like, it's like camouflaging itself on, oh, that's why. Because it's a flat fish, so it can camouflage itself on like the bottom of the ocean floor. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. There's a lot going on in this corner of the tank, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you've got really pink, like baby pink starfish. You've got this little thing in the corner here. Are you also antisocial? Because me too. And then this guy, who was moving before and is no longer moving. This guy. Oh. I mean, he's got whiskers, but then he also looks like kind of a shark. A sturgeon! Oh, I knew it was a sturgeon. I literally saw it from upstairs. And I was like, that's an Animal Crossing. And then I doubted myself. But it's true. It is an Animal Crossing, and it's a bloody big-ass sturgeon. And I do remember that because you know why? He was really hard to catch in Animal Crossing.
Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know.
It is 10:34. There is a SEAL training performance thing at 11, and then at 11:30 there is the otters. You know I love an otter, so we're going to head over there right afterwards. So far we've just done the Amazon Gallery, which was the first one. Then we went into Pacific Canada. Then we went into, where did we go? I think it was a BC Canada. There's still like a state of Georgia section that I kind of like half missed because I wanted to come out here. But like the seals have been amazing. Like the one that talks a lot is Bella. And then there's a really big boy called Kina, I think. There's one with one eye, and I think that was Rogue or Hazy. And then the other one is the other one.
Sometimes there are some small splashes. A lot of reasons for doing this. There are three main reasons, and the first one is probably the most important one of all, and that is for their medical care and their well-being. So it's unhealthy from nose to tail, so that's really important. You might even see them, as we're seeing demonstrated here, lying on their belly or lying on their side and showing us their belly. That is so we can carry out more complicated husbandry like ultrasounds or x-rays, training sessions, and this is similar to that. You might even see these guys, we're going to see Kenai do it here. What we've seen Kenai do there is a breach, which is jumping straight out of the water. That is Nate. He is when they were studying the sea lion sketch, they find out quite a bit about these sea lions. Sea lions, too much of these fish out of the oceans.
Too noisy. Mira, ahí está la otra cosita. Ahí está la otra. You're 4'6", okay, then you're probably like 4'4".
Rescue center never couldn't be done without the efforts of you guys, especially coming in today. And
3, 2, 1. All right, and now we're off to the races, my friends. Now, if my friend here was intimidated and very, very scared, she'd move about 2 times quicker than this. Now, I know you guys can...
Yeah, you need to be
He's just a happy little guy. Just a happy little guy. So Jake doesn't like jellyfish, but I find them fascinating. Like, not that I like them, but I just think they're so cool. Like, look at them. Look how they move. Look at how they survive. The little like tingly things and then sting people. Like, that's insane. Like, they're just soft, jolly things, and they can still survive. Look at this. This is a 30-inch sea otter plushie, but I do not need more plushies because I don't even have my old ones out. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, look. He's wearing a little jacket. Oh, why does he have a little jacket on?
1 hour later.
We are about to go bike riding around Stanley Park. Look how crazy this is. Like, that's the waterfront. So we had dinner there the other night at MQ. That's the city. That's the Toronto Tower. No, fuck, we're in Vancouver. Something tower. That's the cruise ship. I'm guessing like grouse is like right up over there because that would have been right across from the waterfront when we saw it the other night. Or is it over there? I can't find like the Skyliner lines, but this is insane. Just look at today. Today's really nice. I mean, today's still warm, but yesterday and every other day has been 31 degrees. So this is actually, you know, a nice 26 is not too bad. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a boat over there with those big water wheels at the back. They're really old school. Ooh. Somewhere around here are the totem poles. I can barely ride the bike holding the handlebars, let alone just resting them on here and twisting. Also, nothing in Vancouver is magnetic, so like I can't even stick this anywhere. So we've temporarily stopped at the totem poles, which are pretty cool. There's like a whole story about the First Nations of Stanley Park, and actually I was talking to my colleague about it, but he's from Vancouver, and we were talking about the similarity between like the Canadian First Nations and the Australian Indigenous people. So it was actually really interesting. Anyway, me, because I packed all of my 3 water bottles on this trip into my suitcase at the hotel, I had to stop for some zero sugar vitamin water acai, blueberry, and pomegranate. Yum, antioxidants. And then a Stanley Park branded water bottle, which will very likely just go into the recycling. To be fair, it wasn't like more expensive or anything. It was just there. So I have water and I have vitamin water, and my one Vancouver merchandise little souvenir is going to be this little tote bag, which is very nice actually. It's quite decent quality. It was expensive though, like it was like $30 for a tote bag, but it's got like a wide base, which I love in a tote bag because no one's just carrying one thing in here. It does pass the shoulder strap test. If you see how it like just hangs over my elbow and then into, I don't have to like maneuver it in, so that's nice. And it's just, artwork of Vancouver. And I realized the amount of times, like starting to edit this travel vlog, or even just like my latest reels, the amount of times I start and end a sentence with so because I'm awkward. Gotta work on that. Okay, it said 0 sugar, but that fake artificial sweetener is strong in this one, which seems wholly unnecessary considering you have blueberry, acai, and pomegranate in here. That is the bridge that we crossed the other night to get to dinner. That is the, I don't know what bridge it is, but apparently the Guinness family built it to connect North Vancouver, which is over there, to Vancouver. Vancouver City, I guess. And again, post-production stuff, if we can try and zoom in all the way to that top where there's a little turbine, that's Grass Mountain, where we ate dinner the other night. So, I don't know if you can tell how far away that is and how high up it is. And fun fact, shout out to my colleague, we call him Captain Canada, even like with how high that bridge is, the biggest cruise ship in the world still can't go underneath apparently. Also, I'm not even halfway through this bike trail and it's already 3:41, so I actually got to get riding, so I probably won't be stopping anymore. We all know I'm not a cardio girl, so we're going to go home. I think we're just going to go grab some oysters, chill out, maybe do some work, meals.
1 hour later. So let me get you guys caught up. When I was sitting at Fanny Bay, I got a text saying that my flight had been delayed. So my flight from Vancouver to Brisbane delayed 3 hours. So now it was leaving at 2 a.m. in the morning, which is, not great. Like 11 was already late for a flight. Now it's leaving at 2 a.m. So me stressing out, I was like, oh, wait a second. I'm not going to make my connecting flight. What do we do? So we call up the travel agency and he's like, oh, there's nothing I can do. You're going to have to talk to Air Canada when you get to Brisbane. And I was like, but my bags are ticketed to go all the way to Melbourne. And he was like, yeah, there's nothing I can do. And I was like, can you rebook my flight? And he's like, yeah, but at a cost. And I was like, why? Like, it's a work trip. Like, I don't want to add any more cost to it. And he's like, or you can just take the first leg and then get them to rebook it in Brisbane. And I was like, what? I was like, well, how am I going to get them to rebook it in Brisbane? Like, I'm going to be in the international terminal and I would have missed my flight already. And like, it just didn't make any sense. So I was like stressed out. And, you know, and then I got really upset. So I ordered the creme brulee. I was meant to have to go, couldn't have to go. So I just had it there while on the phone with the travel agent, like stressing and arguing with this guy. Anyway, he was like, there's nothing I can do. And I was like, okay, great. Thank you so much. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to finish my creme brulee. I'm going to go to the hotel and then just go straight to the airport a little bit early so I can find like a service desk to help me out. The server actually recognized me from the other night, the first time I came. And he was like, you've been here before. I was like, yeah. And so having a chat, and he was like, I feel really bad for you, so I took care of the creme brulee for you. And I was like, why are you so nice? So that was really lovely. But he was, yeah, great server. But it just, I started to get so stressed out. All my stuff was like running on low battery because I didn't think that I would have to be out all day, and like Stanley Park took a really long time and I'm so tired. But got to the airport, the guy at the counter was actually quite lovely. He instantly rebooked me on a Qantas leg, so I should be home maybe just like an hour, 2 hours later. So like we should get to Brisbane at about 9:45. My flight from Brisbane to Melbourne is 12:45 or something like that. So like it's the best we can do, right? But I do have to grab my luggage in Brisbane and then put it back down, which is a little stressful. So all around stressed, as usual. So that was actually sorted, like that was actually smooth. And then I was like, oh, I really want to like get a lounge because my flight's not for another like 6 hours, right? Maple Leaf Lounge, which is Air Canada Lounge, doesn't do day passes and you need to be like platinum to get in. And I was like, okay, buddy. The generic like airport lounge is $100 for 4 hours. Like it's timed and it's like this like crappy little open space. It's not even enclosed, it's not even upstairs like tucked away or anything, with like crappy little kind of like catered buffet looking food. And there was another one called like Sky Team and she was so rude. She was like, you can only be for 4 hours. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. She was like, can I see your boarding pass? And I was like, okay. She's like, well, you board at 1:15. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you have to leave at 1. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she's like, it's non-refundable. And I was like, okay. Like, I just want someone to sit and work. Like, it's not a big deal. And she's like, it's non-refundable. I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. And then I found this little restaurant. Closes at 12, but it's got a PowerPoint and I can eat. And I can expense that eat food. And I don't have to be quiet. I just, whatever it is. But my goodness. And also, I stupidly put the maple syrup that I bought the other day at Granville Island into my carry-on because I was like, oh, it's glass. I don't want it to break and shatter everywhere and leak maple syrup all over my clothes. And I forgot, it's 250 milliliters. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sleep deprived and so stressed out. So I had to chuck it, and then I just had to buy another one at duty free. So it's not been a good second half of the day. But now I guess like we're sitting down and like, oh, you know what's awful is that this has 2 PowerPoints, but I can only access one of them because of all the, like, how big everything is. It's very frustrating because all of my stuff is running really, really low on battery. It's been interesting. And now I want to fall asleep, but I have to stay awake for another 8 hours before falling asleep, or else I'm going to ruin my sleep schedule when I get back to Melbourne.
Okay, so it's 11:37. I've done 2 shorts, the start of another one. I'm starting like 2 carousels and TikTok photo, whatever's. I'm so tired. I'm literally falling asleep. And yet I have to stay awake for I think like another 4 hours. Yeah, so right now in Australia, it is 4:37 on the East Coast. So I have to stay awake for at least like a reasonable 4 hours so that it would be 8:37
That's like an okay time to fall asleep early. I don't know what to say. There are no thoughts in my brain. I need to pee, but I'm by myself and I have all of this set up and I don't really want to like pack it up and come back. I think I am gonna call. I'm just not gonna go to work on Monday. Like it's not worth that stress. Like I have enough sick days and I have enough PTO. Like I.
Again, we apologize for this occasion. I will be authorizing more meal vouchers so that if you want it, we can print out more.
How are we gonna use it?
I do understand that it's only A&W that's open.
Alright, friends, this is where we're having a nap. This is where we'll be sleeping tonight. At least it has atmosphere, right? I'm not sure if you caught that, but our flight has been delayed a further 6 hours because guess what? They didn't have the part that they needed to fix the plane. Like I get a mechanic not having a part to fix like a certain thing. Like when Tom was fixing my serpentine belt, didn't have the part. Tom would come back the next day. I was like, yeah, no worries, because that's the car, and that's one tiny little mechanic in Williamstown. A plane. So basically, we're taking the aircraft that is the Toronto to Vancouver flight, and we're taking that one because it's fully functioning. I'm so exhausted. I was literally falling asleep in line. I had to go pacing. If I sat, I was going to fall asleep. So now, we found ourselves a little curved couch to sleep on because, we like to curl up. So we're going to have to chuck on our eye mask and hope no one steals our stuff because I'm also alone. So that's also a concern. But yay! And that means I won't get back to Melbourne till evening. And then Jake has work on Monday, so I don't get to see him all day. I'm going to be so exhausted. Oh, fuck. Morning. It's currently 6:45 in the morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. Walked halfway across the terminal, go to the bathroom because the two women's bathroom closest to where I was sleeping was closed for cleaning, which is really helpful. The little couch was actually not too bad to sleep on, but I did think about getting coffee, but then I realized it's currently 11 p.m. in Melbourne, which means if I had coffee now, I wouldn't be able to get to sleep on the plane, which is very crucial at the moment. I got myself a little fruit cup this morning instead of a coffee, and I got a blueberry muffin. And I did find in one of the little pharmacy stores or whatever, I did find some muesli bars and a little melatonin dream shot. So hopefully once you get on board and they do whatever food service, which if you remember, the food is not ideal on Air Canada flights, we're just gonna smash this, put our eye mask on, go to sleep. And hopefully no babies. That's just it.
ensure you are secure and that all luggage is placed in the racks provided.